our studios today are two of my favorite people. They're well-known business folks here, but today they're representing Live Well, Live Atchison, and it's Jeff Sheely and Chris Taylor. And my listeners may not know what Live Well, Live Atchison is. So can you tell me what it is? Tell us a little bit about what it is.
Sure. Live Well, Live Atchison, we're a 501c3 nonprofit organization founded in 2010. And we were born of a health initiative created by a partnership of all the community leaders and especially the Atchison Hospital. There's annual county health rankings and roadmaps annually, and in 2010, Atchison County was rated one of the worst counties in the state of Kansas.
Yeah,
and so
I never believed that. Did you? We're not the worst.
You could question the data. We could always question the data, but we knew we had issues.
But we knew we had to improve. Even if we weren't the
Absolutely.
worst, we needed to improve. We needed to get better.
Yep.
So this initiative started
from that. And what you said, Louise, we were really that bad. No, we really weren't. And part of getting those statistics is we found out that they were not reported correctly. So we did clean some of them up just by being aware that we were ranked low. And one of them was graduation rates.
Yeah.
And we have 409 involved, we have 377 involved, and we have Moore Hill involved. And they all said, no, this isn't right. So just by having that awareness, we cleaned it up. So we increased or improved, I should say, our rankings just by being aware of where we were and able to clean it up.
You need to always be aware
Right.
of those types of things because people are looking at that either when they want to locate there as a business or they want to move to a community. Okay, so this started in 2010. Tell me what all it does.
We started, and we were kind of an ad hoc committee, and we had some town hall meetings and all that type of stuff. And then a couple years ago, we had a conversation, and we're like, we probably, if we're going to move forward in the future, we need to get our business side together. So that's when we formed a board of directors. We were incorporated with the state, and then we applied to the IRS for a 501c3. So that put that in position for us to move forward because we were receiving funding from certain foundations that were helping us. So we knew if we wanted to move forward, we had to get our business house in order, and then we also gained the 501c3 accreditation. So that was just part of the progression. And we've got a real good board. Aggie's on it, John Jacobson, Lori Schultz, Steve Weissman, Steve Pickman, Goldie Bouldridge Brown, Jackie Bergeant, Kate Waring, and myself.
Boy, you got some dynamite people on
We do
there.
we have a great board.
On the 4 different action teams that we formed, it was Jim Crone, Janet Adrian, Kate Waring, and myself. And so out of the 4 action teams, we each had a different role. So like mine was communications and resource team. And so, we're a very good cheerleader, and we help sponsor and support a lot of different organizations doing different things. So like the YMCA, Trot to the Top, the last couple of years, we were a big supporter and instrumental in that. We've helped things associated with like backpack giveaway. We've also done Chop Chop Magazine, a magazine that teaches kids in 4th grade all around Atchison County on how to cook properly and using good nutritional and healthy values.
Really educating them on nutrition, isn't that? I mean, that's a lot of what it is just learning how to cook right, eat right, get the right kinds of food. It's really not that much more expensive at all to eat the right kinds of food. The prepackaged stuff just isn't as good for us.
And there's a lot of factors to go into that. I think the biggest, hardest one that has been for us to stomach with the rankings over the years is socioeconomic factors. I mean, you're talking about world peace. You're talking about solving world peace. And so there's a lot of things that go in those rankings that we've tried to tackle bits and pieces once we solidified some of the data to try and pick nuggets or pick pieces that we can actually improve upon in our community.
And Live Well, Live Atchison focuses on nutrition. It focuses on everything that's associated with health. Is that kind of a...
Yeah, and that includes stuff even like mental health. A lot of people don't talk necessarily about that, but I mean, not as a stigma, but as something that's a part of overall well-being. But it can also lead into things like economic development at times too. There are a lot of communities that we've done initiatives across the state, across the United States for that, have seen a huge boom as we talk about amenities and different pieces of that.
Jeff, Chris, it's all about balance. healthy lifestyles are about balance. Having a healthy mind, a healthy body, a healthy spirit, all of those things go into building good communities, don't they? And improving the quality of life in that community.
You hit it right on the head. It's sure we're trying to make people aware of what's healthy and what isn't, but it's also about quality of life. You know, we supported the dog park in town. You know, we support, you know, in the future of having bike trails and those types of things. So those are, I guess, for lack of a better term, those are amenities for a community. And so when you have a young person moving to town that has a dog, then hey, we have a dog park. So, you know, is that healthy living? Well, it is, because it does more than just the body. It comes down to what you said. That's
Healthy
what they
mind,
want.
healthy body, healthy spirit.
Exactly
It's everything.
It is.
Healthy spirit, I think Benedictine brings so much to the table with that,
Yep.
because
Absolutely.
it kind of focuses on those types of things
Sure.
as well. Okay, now the one thing I want to talk to you about is there's going to be an executive director for Live Well, Live Atchison, and I'm excited about that because I know, because I volunteer for a lot of things. Chris, I know you do. Jeff, you and I are at a lot of the same things because everybody's volunteering, but we all have full-time jobs that we work at. So tell me about what's going to happen with this executive director that I think that's going to be an integral piece to developing and going forward with this.
We're at the point where we've been in existence for over 5 years. We are all volunteers. We all try to do our full-time job and try to do this too. And we're just at the point where if we want to move forward and you know, what do? You shoot for the moon, and if you miss, you hit the stars. You know,
Right.
that's kind of where we are. You know, we've done really, really well in what we've accomplished as volunteers, but we want to get to the next level. We need a professional person that's going to take us to the next level that can focus on this on a daily basis. As far as writing grants, what grants are out there, when are their timelines to meet those grants. You know, that person is going to be our cheerleader and the face of our organization. That will actually have the opportunity to go to a Rotary meeting and tell what we do, or go to a Kiwanis meeting and tell them what we do. You know, be involved in the YMCA, you know, those runs, all those types of things. Go to the dog park. You know, this person is going to put on more than just Live Well, Live Atchison. They're going to be an integral part of the community, and also gives our organization the opportunity to move forward and do what they've done, you know, down in Allen County with Thrive Allen County. They've had some
Fulfilling
phenomenal
your dreams.
success.
And it's been a huge economic development propellant in
Sure.
Allen County.
Yep.
I mean, we talked about that just a little bit ago, but there's so many things that can come of this that would be in the positive realm of helping our community.
Yeah, well, and Chris is right. You know, as volunteers, some of us have, you know, 1, 2 jobs and are on different things. You know, the thing that's really competitive nowadays, especially like grant writing process, or
Oh, yeah.
or just having that one person that can just be solely dedicated to supporting all these groups, because we have a lot of great organizations in our community that need help, whether it's grant writing, whether it's supporting, maybe figuring out how can we communicate this to everybody, and even all of us on the action team members, you know, we've been trying to keep the momentum going, because we've had a lot of momentum, and we were fortunate to get David Tolan from Thrive Allen County to come in last fall
Oh, what
and
a
speak
great
our community,
speaker.
and he was just so happy to come here. We have so many more things than what he had at his disposal, and you know, it's just a great story. He's actually he just was recently appointed to the Governor's Council on Fitness, so they're doing some wonderful things down there with
So when is your time frame? When are you looking at hiring somebody?
we need the right person, obviously. I think our overall timeline right now is during the month of July, gather applicants, and then, you know, hopefully start interviewing here by beginning of August, and have that person hopefully in by the end of August, early September is our rough timelines.
Now, where would if they want to find out more about this job? If my listeners do, where would they go to find out about that, Jeff?
They could go to livewellatchison.org and just look on recent news, and it says executive director job position. You can click on there for information. If you're not following us on social media, on Twitter, Facebook, or LinkedIn, we also have pages on there that you can get information that link you back to our website. And then we're looking at posting it at a couple of different local organizations, as well as some nonprofit job posting places.
I think you said you were on LinkedIn too, weren't you?
Yeah, we have a LinkedIn page.
LinkedIn
We have a Facebook page. We have quite a few followers. We also have a Twitter feed. So it's just kind of getting the word out there. I mean, I think even as of this morning, you know, about 1,500 people had already taking a gander at the
Isn't social
position.
media amazing?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, you put something on and it just kind of blossoms into everything. So that's great. So who will they be interviewing with? Will it be you, Jeff, or will it be a group?
We have a search committee panel, and what we're going to do, all of us have a role, but we will screen applicants and go through that process, and then make a recommendation to the board of directors, and they will have to make the ultimate decision at that point on who to appoint. So it's
So do they need some management experience, education? What are you kind of looking for in general?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things. Obviously, if you go to the website, you can see the full listing. But we are looking for somebody that can provide leadership, day-to-day operations, has experience in grant writing, grant management. Not necessarily had to have worked for a not-for-profit, but that would be ideal. But you have to have good leadership and management principles that relate to a business. Or even a not-for-profit. And so we're looking for somebody that's highly adaptable, has great ethics, integrity, is strategic.
Kind of the ideal employee, right?
Yeah, and we think
If we could hire somebody, this sounds great.
there are people out there, and it could be somebody that's from our community that moved away and is somewhere else, and maybe they're at a point in their life like, hey, I want to go back to Atchison. There's some great things going on, and so it's generating some buzz already. In the short time that we've had stuff up, it's really generating some buzz. So we're pretty excited right now.
Yeah, we're really looking forward to it, and I know Aggie is looking forward to it as much as anybody, just because the workload
just
she's
does
taking on. She does, and I don't know how she does it,
I don't
but
either.
I know what my involvement is, and I'm looking forward to it, and I'm not nearly as invested as she is time-wise. So we're going to find that right person, and I know Jeff gave his timeline, but if that right person isn't in that, we'll repost and start over.
It's better to make the right decision once than the wrong
Yes.
decision twice.
Exactly. So we if we have to go through it 2 or 3 times, then we're going to do it, because we want to find the right person, because this job is very important to our organization, and we want to take flight and go right away.
I was talking to a friend of mine the other day, and I said, I don't know if you've ever read The Tipping Point. It's a real interesting book, but it talks about how communities, businesses, everything, you hit a tipping point. And that tipping point can put you on the good side, or it can put you on the bad side. And I think our community in so many ways is right at a tipping point, where by doing things like this, you brought up Katie and Casey and some of the young people that are really propelling us and getting us started, I think, in further in the right direction. But I think this is one of those things that will take us to the positive tipping point, so that we'll be going in the right direction.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. I hate to harp on David Tolan, but Thrive Valley County, here was a guy that was originally from Iola, Kansas, moved to D.C., was making 6 figures working for District of Columbia, and then they pull him back. And what they've done, I mean, they're about 5 years ahead of us, but what they've done, they have just reformed and changed. They've got some of the best trail systems in the Midwest right now. They are getting national attention on what they're doing down there, and I truly believe that we're on the verge of some great things. We're at some crossroads where we need to, like you said, tipping point. We need to make some good, solid decisions. But I think this is just going to propel us forward and probably take a lot of our visions and put it into one and go forward.
Yeah, and isn't it exciting, Jeff? Because I saw you at the dedication for the art project down here.
Yeah.
And I see Deborah and Christy and Patty and that whole group of ladies that are doing the arts, and the Theater Atchison is doing some great things. There's so many good things going on within this community, and I think this is something that was lacking, to maybe help unify everybody, so that, because none of us have enough time to do everything we'd like to do. So now give us that website one more time, because people know they can go get a pen, and I'll do it twice. I'm going to get that website, because I think they need to go online, see what this entails, and if you don't fit the job description, that's fine, but maybe somebody
Pass it along.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
that
absolutely.
would fit that job description. Or maybe you're a parent out there who really wants their child to come back to Atchison. And I'll tell you, even if you're making a 6-figure income in Washington, D.C., it doesn't go very far. It goes a heck of a lot farther in Atchison, Kansas, than it would in Washington, D.C. So think about who we could lure back into this community.
Yeah.
Jeff, give us that.
Yeah, so the website is livewelatchison.org, And if you want to see the specific executive director position, it is under recent news. You can click on that link, and if you have further questions, you can refer them to Aggie Asher, as we mentioned earlier, and her phone number is 913-360-5597.
Thanks, you guys. And remember, call me for everything real estate, 367-3116.